uplifting event that's set to take place in Cape Town and here in Johannesburg, featuring, I think, a voice many around the world have come to admire. Ustadh Mohamad Baajour, known for his heartfelt delivery and grounded wisdom, is visiting South Africa for a much anticipated tour. And this time, the focus is on the remembrance of Allah. It's an opportunity to pause, to reflect, and to reconnect with core aspects of our faith. And I think that's something many of us are seeking now more than ever in today's fast-paced world. And joining us now to share more is Zaheer Rajah, is the National Volunteer and Events Coordinator for Islamic Relief South Africa. And they are the organization that is behind this event. Brother Zaheer, Assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah so much for joining us. Always a pleasure having you on Salam Media. And I think wonderful event that you guys have lined up. And would like to unpack on it and to give our audience as much information as they need to know about it.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brother. It's always good to be on Salam Media, and Jazakallah khair for always giving us the opportunity to just give the message of what Islamic Relief does and what we're currently doing with regards to, any initiatives that are helping us help those globally. Alhamdulillah. So Jazakallah khair to Salam Media.
No, definitely. I think let's kickstart the conversation with the basics. Can you tell us more about this upcoming talk and tour visit to South Africa by Ustadh Mohamad Baajour in Cape Town? It's in Joburg. What's the central theme of this tour that our audience needs to know about? And ultimately, those that attend, what are they going to get out of it?
Okay, so Alhamdulillah, I'm sure everyone has seen, Ustadh Mohamad Baajour's TikToks, his videos. Alhamdulillah, is very, very well spoken, very inspirational. These inspirational talks are titled "Remember Me" and "I Will Remember You," which is, of course, taken from the verse 152 from Surah Baqarah, "Wadhkuruni adhkurkum." And I think these talks will focus on the importance of dhikr, the remembrance of Allah, and how it transforms our hearts, our minds, and relationship with our Creator. So I think it's going to be a very, very beautiful talk that's going to unfold of how we can get closer and connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by remembering Allah.
No, definitely. And I think that was one of the things that really stood out for me. The theme that you guys have made, the topic of the tour, the remembrance of Allah. I think it is one that deeply resonates with many people in South Africa, especially looking at the current state of affairs, whether it's in the Middle East or it's here in South Africa. What kind of insights or spiritual takeaways can attendees expect to walk away with from this tour, the key message, and why it is very, very important for them to attend?
Yeah, for me, I think, like you mentioned, what stood out for you was the theme, "Remember Me," and "I Will Remember You." And I think this is such an important theme, and not just a theme, but something for us to always carry with us and to remember that if we remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will always remember us. So we need to continue our, making the dhikr, we need to continue connecting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So with Ustadh Baajour or Sheikh Baajour, we will explore what it truly means to remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we'll touch what it truly means to connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not just through words, but through actions, presence of the heart, and living with purpose. Also, those who will be attending, inshallah, they can expect a heartfelt and practical discussion filled with Quranic reflections, lessons from the life of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and reminders that aim to reconnect us with Allah in a very personal way. And I think that's so important for us to remind ourselves and continue to remind ourselves. And then we take what we learned and we remind our family, we remind our kids, and we remind our family also what we learned about. Because yes, we might have learned about it, we might have studied it, we might have did it in madrasa, but again, we need these reminders as Muslims. We continue to need these reminders so we can act upon it, we can reflect upon it also. So attendees will also have the opportunity to reflect on how Allah, in His infinite mercy, responds to us when we make the effort to remember Him.
Definitely. And for those who may not yet be familiar with Ustadh Baajour, could you share a bit about who he is, his background? You mentioned that there's been viral clips of him on social media. What kind of work does he do, and why his message is connecting so widely across the world?
So look at Sheikh Baajour, alhamdulillah, I always used to see his clips. I used to always go through his clips during Ramadan. After Ramadan, you always see it on TikTok or on Instagram. And I think people maybe never put a name to the face, but alhamdulillah, when it started going out, people are like, okay, Sheikh Baajour. And for me, okay, so he's a Lebanese descent and he's been in the USA for 30 years. He served as the director of religious affairs at Masjid Darul Quran, one of the largest masjids in New York, for 15 years. He's established community halkas, alhamdulillah. This is obviously, he's established us by teaching Akida, fiqh, tajweed, and heart softeners, which by the will of Allah are still operating today, alhamdulillah. Sheikh Baajour also helped establish one of the most vibrant masjids in New York. It's called I think it's Masjid Isa ibn Maryam. Yeah, it's Masjid Isa ibn Maryam, and he's in the process of completing his master's degree in Islamic education. Alhamdulillah. So you can see we've got a man of knowledge. Alhamdulillah, someone who's here to share his knowledge. And I think that's one of it's a hadith that when you share your knowledge, it's also a form of sadaqah. So for us, sharing knowledge and us taking the same knowledge and sharing it to our family and friends. So a very, very beautiful very, very beautiful weekend this weekend in Cape Town and next weekend in Johannesburg lined up where we can learn and get inspired by Sheikh Baajour.
No, definitely, and I want to get into that, the specifics and logistics of this event. When and where will these talks take place in Cape Town and Johannesburg, and most importantly, how can our listeners secure the spots or get a bit more information around it?
So Alhamdulillah, tickets are selling on Quicket. The Cape Town talk is happening this week. It's on Sunday at the Islamia College, which is in Lansdowne, on the 27th of July. In Johannesburg, the event is happening on the 3rd of August, which is the following week, Sunday, at the Kurtuba Convention Center. Tickets can be bought on Quicket, alhamdulillah. And if you buy your tickets and you use a promo code IRSA20, you will get a discount of 20%, alhamdulillah. So again, tickets can be bought on Quicket, and if you use the promo code IRSA20, IRSA20, you will get a 20% discount, inshallah. So by listeners, this is going to be a beautiful talk. Go out, purchase your ticket, inshallah. It's going to be an inspirational talk with Sheikh Baajour, who is landing tomorrow on the 24th in Cape Town, inshallah. He's here for us. He's here to pass on the message, alhamdulillah. And I think we should take full advantage of those who are learned, those who can inspire us, those who can give us a message and reminders that we need. Again, it's a reminder that I need, that we all need as a ummah. And again, like it goes back to the theme, remember me and I will remember you.
Most definitely. And you should remember us in your duas also, Brother Zaheer, because we're going to be wrapping up this conversation. Jazakallah so much for joining us. We'll definitely be sharing those details with our audience. It's up now live on our social media screen as we are talking. And I'm sure this will be one to remember, a brilliant initiative that you guys have embarked upon. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much again. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you, bless the team of Salam Media, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, grant afiyat to all those. I mean, Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam. That was Islamic Relief South Africa's national volunteer and events coordinator, Zaheer Rajah, giving us insight, I think, on a very, very brilliant and wonderful tour that they are part of organizing. It's the Remember Me and I Will Remember You tour with Ustadh Mohamad Baajour from the United States of America. He'll be in Cape Town on the 27th of July, 2025. So this is this weekend, and he'll also be coming to Johannesburg on the 3rd of August. So you can book your tickets on Quicket. You can do so by doing it via www.alkhaliltours.com /Baajour SA, and you'll be able to get those tickets. I think the details are also up on our social media. You can also go to Islamic Relief South Africa's social media, and you'll be able to get all the details and I think attend. Very, very spiritually uplifting tour, especially at a very, very difficult time in our country and across the world. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, News and Views continues.